What's up? It's the Brunch Breakdown. Dee out here in Los Angeles. Chris is still crying over the pit loss last night. And Dan, did you go to the game?
Absolutely, it did.
You went to the game?
I went to the
Um,
game, tailgated in the cold. Some people did not, but I did.
uh-oh.
Listen,
Uh-oh.
listen. I was there. I was there. But yeah.
Hold on. You're telling me that Mr. Tailgate didn't tailgate yesterday for the last tailgate of the next year, which he'll talk about for the next 10 months
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
how much he misses it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yes. I can't also tell you it was not his decision necessarily. He didn't
Okay.
agree with the decision on behalf of the group that he tailgates with.
Okay.
The majority spoke, and so he was outvoted and didn't really have much of a choice. So I know he wanted to be there, but the vast majority of others in his family who tailgate with him declined to do so. Um, so he had to kind of follow suit, but it's fine. He showed up briefly, went into the game, but didn't quite make the last tailgate of the year. Turned out to kind of be, it wasn't really all that cold either. It was cold, but the sun was out. It was a nice little winter day.
What was the
That's
weather
all.
yesterday? I didn't even know it was
We
cold.
were in the low 30s. We were in
Oh,
the low
okay. That's
30s.
cold.
It was yeah, for this time of year, maybe not ready for it to be quite that cold. So yeah, but the wind was low. You
Mm.
know, if you do Project Bundle Up and you know how to dress, you know, I was comfortable the whole day, comfortable, never cold. So if you dress appropriately, it wasn't, and the sun was out again, not that bad. It was a lovely little tailgate before a terrible little afternoon.
Oh boy. So when was the game over? When was it over? At what point were you like, yep, it's a
Oh,
wrap?
like beginning of the fourth quarter. It was like
Okay.
officially,
All right.
yeah. I was like, all right, we can probably think about an exit strategy here. Um, yeah, there was like I was like, if we don't get seven in this drive, that's good. That's going to be it, and that
Okay.
was it. Yeah, so
Okay. All right.
early fourth.
Well, RIP to the Pitt Panthers season. And well, I guess you'll have a bowl game coming up soon.
Yep,
So
yep.
there you go. You'll have
Still a
that.
miraculous for the way that it started. It's all about perspective, right? It started very, very poorly, and quite the turnaround, and the future is bright. So here we are. It's another pit season.
There you go. Well, we'll move on the brunch breakdown today. We're going to be talking a bunch of different things today because I had a run in with some strangers, and we're going to be
Mm,
talking about stuff we love to talk about but hate talking about with strangers.
yes.
The transportation secretary came out talking about how people need to dress at the airport. We're gonna play that clip and we're gonna talk about that too.
Yeah.
We might get into Lane Kiffin and also basketball top golfs. Uh, I don't know, man. We're gonna be talking about that too, and music and beer and more. It's the brunch breakdown. Dan, let everybody know where they can find this thing.
Yes. Anywhere podcasts are available is where we are, is where this podcasts are. Where you found us is just one of many, many sources that the podcast is available. We do have a new episode that comes out each and every Wednesday. Follow or subscribe wherever you prefer to listen, and the episode goes and downloads right to your device. It's that simple. Full video episodes are available as well. Don't forget, this isn't just the audio pod; it's the video pod, and so you can check those out on YouTube and Facebook and right in the Spotify app. Also on Wednesdays, premiering at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, on demand anytime you'd like to watch after that. We are everywhere on social media at Brunch Breakdown. Follow us. We follow you back. Let's be friends. And the Sounds of Brunch. We're wrapping up quite the year for the Sounds of Brunch. Check that out on Spotify. It gets updated each and every Friday. Follow that playlist and enjoy the tunes from the week that is and the week that was last week. We keep those on there for you as well. Just ask Siri, Alexa, Rufus, Copilot, anybody. Play me the Sounds
Anybody.
of Brunch.
Sweet. Well, it's time to get random topics off our chest. And Dan, I'm gonna start here
Okay.
because I had jury duty on Thursday.
Oh, did you now?
And here's the thing. I have been called for jury duty 3 times in
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, the 10 years that I've lived here, 11 years that I've lived here. And those other 2 times, I never actually got to be in the room. So like
Okay.
one time I called and they just didn't need me. So I called 5 days in a row. They didn't need me. And I was like, cool, I did my service. Next time I go to the courthouse and it was Thanksgiving week. And then they were like, we basically walk in there to like, listen, I don't even think this trial's not going to happen. So like, whatever. So we're just walking around the courthouse for like 3 hours and then they just dismissed us. So I never went in.
Okay.
This time, go in. And they're like, this trial's going to be 7 days. And I'm like, oh man, starting to think of my excuses right off the top. And then then the judge gives you like a little bit of like details on the case, not everything, just a little bit, tells it's a landlord dispute. And I was like, well, I have bias on this. So this is
Yes.
probably going to be a problem.
Yeah.
And as we're going through because I was the last name on the list, and so I'm watching everybody go up there and say things, and it was almost turned into like an SNL skit because it was like, do you have any experiences with landlords that would take your bias to make you have bias in this case? And everyone's like, yes. And they're like, could you tell us a story about when a landlord did you wrong? And they're like, oh, I got several. How long you got? And people were just going on and on, and they would just cut them off. They're like, we need you to go outside. And they go talk to the judge, talk to the lawyers, whatever. And then they're like, all right, juror number 10 is dismissed. And it was just happening nonstop. Like nonstop.
Oh my gosh.
And even people who were borderline after lunch, like 3 people just like got let go. And so I'm like, they're never going to find somebody. Finally, I get up there and they're like, do you have any issues with landlords? And I was like, it's like half and half for me. But yeah, like I've got them. And then they're like, what are they? And I tell them a couple things. They're like, all right, go to the back. And then they're like, well, you said you had stories, but like, do you think these would give you bias or whatever? And I'm like, listen, I already am like tenant here, landlord down here. The landlord would have to do a lot to get up here to make it even. And then I was like, plus my friend is a policy manager and like talks about landlords to me all the time. And I was like, this is what she does. She makes policy in a major city. And I was like, they were like, oh, okay. And then they just like let me go. And then I was done. But I was ready to like make an excuse to lie about something, but then it was landlords, and I'm like, dude, I ain't gotta lie about that.
Yeah, right.
Like I ain't gotta lie about my bias on that.
I got plenty of truth for you here.
I got plenty of truth. Like you don't want me on this jury if you want it to be even. You want it to be equal. Like yeah, it ain't happening. Like so, yeah. I don't even really know what the thing was about, but I was just like, listen, listen, I understand that, you're a landlord, you were a landlord or are a landlord or whatever. Yeah. And, not all landlords are bad, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
If you're taking a landlord to court, I am on the side of the tenant until proven otherwise.
Right. Yeah. No, yeah. I was gonna say that's a great scenario for me. Like a very easy excuse. To be able to get out of that one. Actually, yes, a slight bias. Wow, I've actually never. I don't even want to say it.
Yeah, seriously, don't say it. Don't do it.
I'm not gonna say it.
Nope. Knock on wood.
Yeah,
like,
but good for you.
Sage.
Good for you to get out of that again.
Got out.
Wow.
I was like 7 days. No way in hell.
No
way in hell.
Whew. And it must have been serious. Dude, like, it's like, oh, this must be like a really interesting case if it's going to take this long. And you're like, landlord dispute, 7 days.
Yeah, I know it was a civil thing. So I was like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah, what are we doing this for 2 hours a day over 7 days? Like, what's the deal here? It seems a little crazy.
Yeah, I was like, it was the week before Thanksgiving. I'm like, what are we doing?
Jeez,
like, guys,
seriously,
like, go home. Like, pay this woman or do whatever.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Good for you.
So there you go. Yeah, jury duty. I don't recommend it, but figure out an excuse or get lucky like me and be like,
you've escaped multiple times.
There you go.
Good for you.
Get it off your chest, Daniel.
Yes, Dee, you're thankful for escaping jury duty, and tis the season for such feelings of thanks and joy and family and all that crap. So this might sound a little odd to say this time of year, but I think, and I feel like you maybe shared this sentiment before. Maybe we've talked about it off air. Maybe we've talked about it on air. We've been doing this for a couple of years now. Just said it in passing, but I think every person on the planet should be allowed to punch somebody one time per year.
Okay.
You get
Okay.
one punch per year, right? That you can use. Everybody gets one whenever they want. Um, and it's not like you could decide it's like somebody you don't see or interact with. Like you can't be like, oh, I want to punch this celebrity or this politician or athlete because that would be very easy. I'm sure. I'm sure a lot of people would line up for something like that, especially right now. But somebody you actually have interacted with or run into something like that you actually see physically. There's a presence there,
Yeah.
and you get this one free punch with no ramifications, right? No charges, no jail time, no going to court or jury duty for people to take them through. None of that. No police, no retaliation, even no retaliation. Just one free punch. And I truly believe that this might it might actually make the world a little bit of a better place. Like you can't be just an asshole all the time because you never know who or whom might be like, I'm cashing in my money in the bank. My free punch is on you right now. Here it is. And you just got to sit there and take it. And that way, maybe people walk around a little bit more respectful, more self aware. And I think it might actually do some good. And it might sound like it's like a brutal idea, right? But I think it really can be worth it. I think it can do some good. So if you're into this idea, go to chrisgatesfitness.com, use the promo code PUNCH to get 15% off this holiday season. No. Maybe we can convince Chris
work.
to do that. Maybe we
could.
could do that. Maybe we could do that. Kidding about that, but not kidding about the punch idea. I think everybody should get a free punch to just use. Would have been tempted to use it yesterday for me, honestly. If I hadn't used it up to this point, probably would have cashed mine in yesterday on a Miami fan. We don't need to get into that story. But I just think generally this is something we can get behind and maybe just go one punch a year you can cash in on.
So my question with this is, it has to be the person that you had a run-in with, right?
You have to, you have to know this, interact with this person. You have to have yeah. It can't be somebody you just absolutely. Well, I guess it can be somebody you don't know. Well, but you have to be able to get to them.
It means, all right, so it has to be someone that actually did something to you.
Yeah.
You can't just pick a random person that you don't know, and you're just like, that person looks punchable, and it's December 31st. No. I got to get my punch.
You got to, there's got to be a little bit of legitimacy behind it. Yeah. You can't just be like, I haven't done it yet. Let me just pick the ugliest person in the room or most beautiful person in the room even. No.
Got it. Okay, cool. I'm with this. I'm here for it. Because it keeps people on their toes. It's
exactly.
Like, it's like, I forget who has the joke about just like not having to look at bullies in the face anymore. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's like, and that's the thing. On social media, you can just say whatever you want. You don't have to look anybody in the face.
True.
You can say whatever. And it's like, when you're afraid of getting punched, you don't say anything. If you're afraid that person can beat you up, you don't say anything. And like, I feel like that would be, especially in situations like that. Like, it's like, at sporting events, at concerts, even at times. Like anytime you're somewhere and someone's, a little more inebriated than they should be and they act the fool, it's like, you might think twice because you might get punched in the face. Yeah. I like that.
And maybe there's, depending on how big of an asshole you are, there could be more than one person that decides to cash in on you at that moment.
True.
So you really got to just, like you said, be on your toes a little bit more. Just be aware. If you're in a crowd, you're at a concert, something like that, you get a lot of people just decide to cash in. And like in December, everybody's already in a festive mood, things like that. In December, you're really on your best behavior. Santa, he's always watching, okay? He's always watching, and you'd be extra careful in December. December would be a lovely time of year because everybody's like, listen, there's weeks left, and there's a bunch of people. Like, there'd be some sort of counter of how many people we know left in the world that haven't used their punch yet. And it's like 48% of the world hasn't used their punch, and we're in the month of December. It's like, whoa, I better be extra nice this time of year. I don't want to be that sucker on the other end of it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that would be that would be something. Like that would be something. I just wonder
Yeah.
like when it's like after doing this experiment for years, I wonder what month would be like the most punchable month. The month that everybody
Right.
needs to be like on their toes.
Yes.
Like,
Right.
and I imagine
Right.
it probably like varies by season. It's
Hmm.
like, are more people getting punched between the months of like January and March, like in on the East Coast?
Yeah.
Like
Right. Yeah. Right.
when the
Yeah.
weather's like
The weather's
complete
terrible
trash.
and
Yeah.
gray.
It's
Yeah.
like
And
just
like you
more
can get
people.
punched more than once, right? It's not like, hey, I received a punch once
Oh
this year.
no, yeah.
No, no.
Mm-mm.
People can decide to cash in on you. So you can't be like, oh, I got punched in the first week of January. I'm good. No, you're not. No,
Mm-mm.
you're not.
No.
Just,
Because if you're still that person,
yeah. Yeah.
like
Yeah. And
that
yeah, there's just going to
qualifies
be a
for a
month. There's
punch.
there's going to be 1 month that people are just like fed up,
Ooh,
fed up.
boy.
And they're just like, okay, it's
Ooh,
time. So you got to be extra
man.
careful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just an
Ooh,
idea. Just an idea.
man. Those people.
Yeah.
Get it together. Well, now let's get into brews. Daniel, what you sipping on, dude?
Oh, yes. Yes. One of my favorite breweries, Hitchhiker, of course.
Hey.
They're one of the best. They've featured many, many times on Brews Day. They have locked into a very popular trend right now. DD, I'm sure you've seen this. The Dubai chocolate, the Dubai,
Oh yeah.
the candy. It's
It's
everywhere.
everywhere.
It's
Yes.
everywhere. It's very expensive. It's everywhere. They're like, we're gonna try to make a stout that tastes like that. A little pistachio, a little
I'm
chocolate,
nervous.
and I'm like, right. Well, I was like, this could be great, or this could just be fine. Pistachio is a tough flavor,
Okay.
a really tough flavor, and you probably need a ton of them because they individually don't have a ton of flavor, right? And the fact you're already dealing with a stout, which has a base that's pretty potent. And that's why stouts usually live in that like roasty to chocolatey that sliding scale. It's usually right there. You can't really escape that much outside of that. So I was like, I have to give this a try, see how this was. It's good. It's good, not great.
Okay.
I think just the fact that the pistachio is really difficult to try to nail down. And maybe it's just our first try at this, right? You don't like throw away a batch and be like, nope, try it again, unless it's really bad. But it had a nuttiness, which was good, but it wasn't like a ton of pistachio. But to be fair, I don't think the chocolate has a ton of that either. It's a little bit more subtle, right? There's other flavors in there. There's other things in there that I really even can't pronounce, to be honest with you. And we did pair it with the chocolate bar you could purchase alongside with it. Now that brought it out. That brought it out, and that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Because I had it on its own, took it in, appreciated it, and then you have it with the Dubai chocolate bar, and I'm like, okay, now we're in a pairing. Now we're dancing together. Now I see how it works because it does. It brings out the flavor a little bit more when you have that to balance and you go alongside with it. So that's how I recommend it. Dubai chocolate stout with pistachio from Hitchhiker. Very good. Paired even better with the Dubai chocolate bar. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, for all these years, Dubai is still lit.
All right. Well, I went to, and I'll talk more about this next week, but I went to Medieval Times on Friday.
Get out! I love it.
I'd never been. Have you
What?
been? I'd
Yes.
never been. Me
Yes,
nor
and I want to
Siobhan,
go. I want to go back. I want to go back so badly.
never been. And I didn't know what to expect going in. It's not that I thought I wouldn't like it. I was just
Okay.
like, I don't know. We'll see how this goes.
Sure.
But loved it. It's just I thought it was awesome. And I can't wait to go back. And there's like a pirate themed one that's next door, and so I'm kind of excited to go to that the next time because I was like, yeah, I'm in. Like let's do this. And super fun. Sat front row, VIP. So,
okay.
yeah,
I like
went
that.
for it.
That's
Went
gotta
for
be
it.
the way to do it.
But it was cool. But when I was there, I ordered a beer. I ordered some IPA, and because I could barely hear the girl, and I ordered like some IPA,
right.
and because I just heard she's going off the list of beers or whatever, and I was like, whatever the IPA, whatever it was. She comes back and she's like, the Mexican lager, and I was like, Sure, I don't care. There's horses going across. Like I don't know. Everyone's
Not even
yelling.
close, but
I got
fine.
kids next to me. I don't know. Like just give me whatever you got. I don't care. And it was Street Cart Mexican Lager by Golden Road, which I love, and I
Oh,
just want to just give a shout out to that beer, and it's just good because it's one of those things where it's like I love Street Cart by Golden Road, but it's like there's other Mexican lagers that you just that are just in rotation.
yeah.
You got your Coronas, you got your Pacificos, you got other things that Modelo's and
Yep.
Dos Equis and all that stuff, but then you just forget about the nice Street Cart from Golden Road, which I love, and that's what they had there, and that was just delicious for me while I watched people joust and sword fight, and it was good ass time. Good ass time.
That's
Oh, yeah.
amazing. I love me some medieval times. I've been like begging friends to go back because like I think the nearest one to us is in like maybe Baltimore.
Okay.
And so trying to effort a weekend trip to go to medieval times.
You should.
Right. It'll be
It was so
oh,
fun.
gosh, it's been so long. But shout out to medieval times. Wouldn't have thought that they would have carried such a beer there. I
Dude,
would have thought it would have been like all the macro stuff, they just have it at every same old medieval times. But, Golden Road widely available now, but still not like
yeah.
like it's not every bar you're walking into, it's there.
No.
So I respect that. I like that a
Yeah.
lot, even if it's not what you ordered.
Especially not the street cart. That was the thing, because like
Sure.
there are a lot of golden roads that are out there and
Yeah.
are you could find them anywhere all over the country, but maybe the world. I don't know. But
Mhm.
like street cart, that's usually like you go to Golden Road, you get street cart. I can go to my local grocery store, get street cart, but like it's not everywhere.
No.
But yeah, so that was cool. And yeah,
Nice.
and then but yeah, the drinks were flowing. Siobhan and her mom were just sipping pina coladas and just loving life. So
I love
um,
that. I love that
yeah.
for all of you.
So yeah, no,
times.
got to make the trip happen. The medieval
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
I thoroughly recommend after going. I was like, this is awesome. Like,
And now that
love
you tell
this.
me there's a pirate one next door, like that's even
Yeah,
more up my alley. Okay, I need to make a trip to Baltimore,
yeah.
and it's time for another trip to LA. It's that
Yep,
simple.
it's time for the pirate. Oh my God. All right. Well, it's time to get to the main menu, Daniel. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
So I sent you guys a message yesterday before Chris told us he was too sad to do the podcast
Yeah.
because of Pitt. Stuff you love to talk about but hate talking about with strangers.
Mm. Mhm.
So yesterday,
Okay.
we're at a birthday party and this guy people are talking and lovely people, everybody's having a great time, it's all fun, everybody's good, but then there's just this one person that's just like very eager to make friends,
Mm.
and I'm like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like they'll glum on one thing and then it's like, oh, this is the thing I can talk about, and then never stop. Yesterday, sports. Because I was like, oh yeah, like I came out here, yeah, like Siobhan works in TV, like I came out here for radio, and now I do a bunch of other stuff, whatever. And they'll go, what kind of radio? Sports. And then just kept talking, 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 talking. I'm like, bro, like I don't like talking about sports with like mixed company. Some people can talk about sports with anybody. I don't know. I don't know why it is. I just don't like it. I cannot stand it. It bothers me so much because it's just like nope. I don't want to. I don't want to. I turn into like the angry old sports radio guy who's just like takes calls every day but hates taking callers. That's me.
Right.
That's me when I'm in that situation.
Your
It's just
producer's like, we have to take calls, and you're like, I don't.
I
want
don't.
to.
I don't. And then they're just mad. And that's like, so for, spoiler alert for anybody who listens to sports talk radio. That's why your favorite sports jock is mad all the time, because they hate taking callers because they know more than the caller.
Yep.
And then the caller's calling them to tell them something. And then it's like, no. But
Mhm.
yeah. And that's how I felt yesterday while this dude was talking to me about Jim Rome. I was like,
Wow.
bro.
He's like, you're not a clone, brother. Come on,
was like,
come on, little smack off. What are you gonna do?
It's like, I was like, I don't care about. Please, just please stop. But nice person. But man, it was like,
Sure.
can we talk about something else? Like,
Wow.
please, anything.
That makes it
Anything.
even worse that it was like not even just football or basketball, but like he went niche into like,
Oh,
oh, you did sports talk radio, so let's talk sports talk radio.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
even worse.
yeah. It was like, my God, it's like I never lead with the Browns, but I really should have just led with the Browns
hmm
yesterday. And
hmm
but then that was a problem too, because then I was like, oh, they're like, oh, so what teams you grew up watching? It's like, oh, Browns. And he's like, oh, it's like, I gotta tell you, whole time I thought Shador was gonna be good. And I was like, I don't. They're like, no, aren't you happy about it? And I was like, I'm a Browns fan. What can I be
hmm
happy about?
Yep.
I don't
Yep.
know. I have no idea.
hmm
Like, this cake is great, isn't it?
Right.
It's like,
Yes. Yes.
yeah, it's
How can
like
we change the subject here?
yeah, those are the moments where you're literally like at a party and you're like wishing your kid would do something stupid. So then you just have to run.
Can I get out of
It's
this?
like, oh my God,
Yeah.
major. And you just got to go.
Yeah.
Like, but for whatever reason, my kids were acting normal yesterday.
Oh,
And so
go
I was
figure.
talking to this person for way too long. But Dan, I
Oh.
had to ask you. So what's the stuff that you
Yeah.
love talking about, but with other people, random people, it's a no.
Yes. Well, not knowing your story, but knowing you're going to go with sports, that's definitely the one
Mm,
for me. That's like a one seed. In fact, I had an incident within the past 2 weeks. I'm at a
okay.
luncheon, lots of people there for this board I'm on, and sitting with a half a table of people that I've never met before. And as any guy really does in the Pittsburgh area, when there's just like half the people don't know each other and they're trying to make conversation, he's like, first guy goes, "What do you think about Steelers?" And I was like, "Geez, here we go." And like normally it's okay, you can get through the conversation, but like then the one guy was like, "I thought Mason Rudolph played really well against the Bears. I'd rather see him finish the season than Aaron Rodgers." And I was like, I need to excuse myself from the table. Like I can't, I don't respect you anymore. Did you watch the game? Did you actually watch the game, or are you just, what are you doing here? And so that's one that I can't stand amongst strangers for sure. But another one that kind of infuriates me. Um, Even sometimes talking amongst friends, not us as friends, but there are some other friends, even hate so, but in particular with strangers. Music
Oh,
is
yeah.
one
Yeah.
because, and it comes up in a variety of ways. You know, it could be like an easy, like, you know, a concert that we were at. What was your what was the most recent concert you went to? Or like, who's your favorite artist? Or you know something comes up where it like gets tied back to me playing music at some point in my life, and it's just like then I know I'm talking with somebody who's dumber at the subject than me, and
Yeah.
it's just, and they think they're intelligent and bringing something different to the table. Let me tell you, have you heard of this person before? And sometimes you lie and say yes, and you're like, oh yeah, I really appreciate what they do, and you know their music is great. And other times you say no, and then you got to get the biography on the person, and oh, you got to hear this song, this album, this, they're amazing live. And I'm just like, I don't want to talk about this with you at all, at all. Music is subjective. I don't need you trying to sell me on something, some part about it. I don't need you faking your musical intelligence with me in particular. I really don't need that. And so that's one that really, really angers me. And I have to try to bite my tongue often, especially when somebody's talking about an artist that I do know
Yeah.
and they put them on this pedestal. And I'm like, you can be a super fan of that artist. That's totally fine. But you have no perspective of outside of that. I think I hope and think through the sounds of brunch have shown that. We all have our favorite artists that we stand for, and every time
Yeah.
they put out a new song, you know it's hitting the playlist, and I don't care if it makes you angry, right? It's what we do.
Yeah. Exactly.
But we think outside the box, and that's why we provide you with the sounds of brunches, so you can also do the same. Listen to other artists that we were listening to. Maybe you'll like them, maybe you won't, and that's fine. But like music, man, that's one that I just, with a stranger, with somebody I've never met, somebody I've never talked to before, I already know I'm in troubled waters right away.
Dude, it just the music thing. This is why we're friends. The music thing does irritate me. I didn't even realize like I didn't even think about that yesterday when I like sent this out to you
Yeah.
guys because like the music thing does bother me because it'll sometimes, and I'm sure this has happened to you, but like I'll say something about like, oh yeah, like I went to see this person live or I went to
hmm
see this person live. Like, whoa. you go to a lot of concerts. I mentioned 2 concerts. I'm like, it's like,
Right.
I don't know how you do that. It's like, I mean, I love music, but I just can't go. And then all of a sudden it turns into this conversation about like why they don't like concerts.
Mm-hmm.
And I like, or
Yes.
why they don't like, I'm like, I don't care about
Right.
your parking problem. Like,
Yes.
you asked me a question. Like, I got, like, we were talking about music. It's cool. Like, you could have just let it go. And then all of a sudden it turns into this whole thing about why they don't like going to concerts or why they don't go to that many shows. And I'm like, I don't care that you're not young anymore or whatever. I don't care. I don't care. Like, it's just, and it turns into this whole awkward thing. And it bothers me so much.
Yeah.
And people like every time it's like you mentioned something about going to concerts, it's like, oh, I mean, oh my gosh. It's like, oh, the parking, as well, traffic,
Mm-hmm.
getting out of there. And I'm like, no one asked you to go.
Yeah.
Like, did you
Right.
think I was about to ask? Like, they're starting to say all these things as if I was asking them to go with me next time. I'm like, I
Right.
didn't ask
Right.
you. I don't know you. I didn't ask you to do anything with me. Like, no, what are we doing? Yeah.
Yes. Yes. That's a very popular one. Yeah. It's I don't know how these ticket prices. I'll tell you. It's like we know. We know. Please do not get on your soapbox. I'll still pay to go and you don't have to. I prefer you don't.
Yeah.
They don't want to run into you there.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I don't need you and
Yeah.
your crew of people who try to leave out of here at before the encore or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's
Mm-hmm.
just
Mm-hmm.
it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Dude, that was another cool thing about the Kelly Clarkson show because we were all in Vegas. No one left. So everyone was just like, she coming out again?
Yeah. Right. Everybody's like, I don't got anywhere to
And
be.
then like all the ushers are like, go gamble. Please get the fuck out of here. She's not coming back. She's not coming back. But it was like a refreshing thing when you're just at a show and no one's leaving. Because like we're all in Vegas
You're in
to
Vegas.
see Kelly
Yeah.
Clarkson. Like no one's, you know what I mean? Like no
Right.
one's leaving early. Like it's like it was interesting. It was like, oh, what? Like no one's leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah, it
It's
made
nice.
like yeah, it was an interesting thing like with the encore because I think encores are stupid at this point. But like
Thank you.
I really do. I think they're very stupid.
They are.
So, but it was just funny while everyone's just like, yeah, I mean, we know she's coming out, so I'm just gonna sit down here for a sec. She's gonna come
We'll
back.
wait. We're in no
We'll
rush.
wait. She'll be right here. And I was like, oh, this is nice. Like no one's leaving. This is cool because it's
Yeah.
very annoying when you're at a show and you see all these people just like dip out trying to beat traffic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
sure, okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay, trying to beat traffic at a 70,000 seat stadium. Like
Yeah.
okay,
Go ahead. Good luck.
good luck. Oh man. Well, yeah, don't talk to me and Dan about sports or music in public and we're good.
If you don't
We're
know
good.
us, yeah, forget it.
You don't
Don't
know us.
don't
Yeah,
do it.
don't do it.
Yeah.
Okay, Dan. Well, let's get into our next topic. Airport dress code. The transportation secretary. I don't know what his name is, and I don't care what his name is. He came out like seemingly out of nowhere and was just like, yo, y'all need to dress right at the airport. And we're gonna play this clip for you right now so you can hear what I'm talking about.
I think, again, I call this just maybe dressing with some respect. Whether it's a pair of jeans and a decent shirt, I would encourage people to maybe dress a little better, which encourages us to maybe behave a little better. Let's try not to wear slippers and pajamas as we come to the airport. I think that's positive. If we can help someone as we're getting on the aircraft that might need some help putting their bag in the overhead bin, and you're a little stronger, a little buffer, you've been lifting, stand up and, offer to grab that bag and put it up for someone who's having a more difficult time. Common courtesy and civility, I think, is going to work well.
Daniel, your thoughts?
All right, so here's what I'll say. Loosely, the topic of dressing like a dress code almost for airport traveling, the topic loosely, I'm in favor of. Until I heard this moron say it the way that he said it, and now I'm totally against it. I'm totally like, are there riots happening on airports and airplanes? Are there old people constantly struggling and getting concussed from their own luggage? Like, what's the problem?
Right.
Civility? I don't like. There's a viral video of some lunatic airport passenger, maybe once or twice a year,
Yeah.
and it becomes a gif and a meme for all of us to enjoy. Is that enough of? That's not happening on the daily. that I can see.
No.
Like, that it's so bad that something needs addressed. It felt like he went from one topic to then promoting Chris Gates' fitness. Like, you've been a little buffer. You working out. New Year's resolution. Help him out. Lift it up. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, every time I get in an airplane, I don't see just like everybody standing and watching some old person that's not as strong struggle to put their bag up. I've never seen nobody not help somebody who's been struggling. There's always somebody that does it. So like, he's like, we need, we'll treat each other better, more respectfully. Like, dude, you're preaching to the wrong choir. Like, there are other areas of life and business and the world that maybe could be addressed to help fix some of those problems. I don't see a lot of that happening at the airport. I really don't.
Dude, two things there. You were talking about how somebody going crazy in an airplane like goes viral like once, maybe twice a year. I'm like, you know what goes viral a lot more? Like, mass shootings.
Yeah. Yes.
So,
yes.
Like maybe we talk about that.
Right.
Maybe we hold press conferences about that. You know what I mean?
Let's not address that because this is the biggest problem for our nation right now. Maybe we don't. Maybe we pull back a little bit.
Like, I fly a good bit, probably more than the average person. And I'm gonna tell you, like, I've only seen one almost fight break out, and it was because some just like annoying dude just like grabs this girl's bag, thinks that she's struggling with it, which she may or may not have been, but that's her business. She's getting the bag up there, and he just like grabs it and just puts it up there, and she like looks at him like, never touch my stuff. And it's like got in her seat. But like, I was like, why would you do that? Like, I'm not touching nobody else's stuff.
No.
Like, if I see, because there's times when somebody has it, and usually they look at you. It's like, if you see a mom with like 3 kids or whatever, and then like she's got a bag and the kid's crying or whatever, and it's like, oh yeah, like, ma'am, I'll help you with that. Or some old woman who literally is not gonna do it up. She's not putting it up there.
Right.
Like, it's not happening.
No.
And you see it and you put it up there. There's signs, but like, you don't just start grabbing people's bags because you hit the gym and you're just like, I got this. Like, no. Like, what is this?
Like, we've got 4 designated buff men and women on board. They're going to handle everybody's bags. We're going to try to make this a quicker boarding process. Just get to your seat, leave your bag in the aisle, and the buff people will take care of it. Don't worry about it.
Like, what are we doing? No, you do not just start grabbing people's bags because you hit the gym this week. No, Chris, no, don't touch my bag. Do not touch my bag. Like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
But the dress code thing is so stupid to me. Here's why. Like, listen, if you guys are going to pay for the plane ticket, you can tell me how to dress. Like, if you guys are going to make all this shit to tell me to dress. Like, if you're not going to make people take their shoes off, which I know that most of the time they don't, but they still have like random shoes and all that stuff. Yeah. Like, then people won't wear slippers to the airport. Guaranteed they won't. But guess what? If you want to make people take the shoes off, they're going to wear slip-ons and slippers to the airport. Like, I'm going to dress how I want at the airport. And like, sometimes I look at people and I'm like, man, you left the house like that. But honestly, I don't care. Because like, I didn't, like, flying's expensive. Flying's annoying. Some people are stressed out when they're flying. It's like the last thing you want is to be uncomfortable. Like, no, like, screw this guy, transportation secretary.
Right.
Like, go fix some potholes or something. Like, what are we,
there are much bigger problems, dude.
Yeah.
Than needing to call a press conference for this.
What are you doing?
Like, goodness gracious. Again, and I was like loosely kind of like okay with the idea of it until I heard him say anything. Cause like, it does seem like a lot of people dress like they're going on a 5-hour overseas flight.
True.
And like,
this is true.
The most people are not. And yeah, airline seats aren't real comfortable, but like, I sat in a plastic seat for 4 hours in the cold yesterday, and I wasn't like wearing slippies and hoodies. And I mean, I was for like layers, but I wasn't like, I'm just going to get comfortable here. Like, that didn't happen. So like, maybe we find somewhere in the middle, but we don't need to be like, oh, let's wear a button-up shirt and a nice crisp polo and some really nice fitted jeans and some boots and like that. Like, get out of here. Get out of here with that shit. Nonsense.
It's ridiculous, man. Like, get
really
out of
is.
here.
He's like, I'll also see that every once in a while. Some older man, definitely over 65, and he's wearing his like khakis and his sport coat, with his brass buttons and a nice shirt underneath it. And I'm like, this man is not going on a business trip, but he still thinks it's airline travel in the 1970s and 80s where like, you got to get dressed up. You gotta get dressed up like you're going to church. And it's like,
Yeah.
dude, you can be a little bit more comfortable than that. You look uncomfortable. Your suit, your sport coat has wrinkles all up and down the back of it because you're just fumbling in this little airplane seat. And it's like you probably could have at least taken the jacket off, but we don't need either of those extremes. We really don't. We really like there's plenty of normal. There's a lot of people just dressing normally on an airplane, and that's fine.
It's fine. Like, but people dress the way you want to dress because you paid for the plane ticket. I don't know how much you paid for the ticket. I don't know where you going.
Yeah.
Do what you want.
Yeah.
Like, get out of here with that.
Yeah. For
so
sure.
stupid.
For sure.
Oh man. All right. Well, the last topic we'll touch on today: basketball at a bar. And this is a video. It is a video. Go to YouTube, check out the Brunch Breakdown, and check out this random bar with a basketball, like half-court basketball inside the bar. Yeah, play this, Daniel.
Tatum, shot clock off, 3 seconds.
Like,
I'm not even gonna play the video because it's video or it's audio from a NBA game that it's gonna throw anybody off that's not watching this. But.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just a bar, and then there's just half court basketball in these two dudes playing while everybody's watching the game at the sports bar. It's something. Dan.
It's something. It's a jam-packed sports bar, but there's a very small little court set up with a hoop, and there's a net to kind of add
like a batting cage.
Like a batting cage, yeah. So the ball,
like basketball in a batting cage.
So nothing goes outside and into the bar. And like these two dudes are in like chinos.
Yeah, just
or khakis
clothes.
with like long sleeve shirts on and hoodies or in crew necks playing basketball in the middle of a bar. In the middle of a bar. Like here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say right now. I'm just going to screenshot this real quick here. This is an open invitation because these are two guys in their 20s or 30s or maybe even 40s. The one guy looks a little older. I want a woman who is willing to join us on the podcast next week.
Okay.
This is an open invitation. And I want you to explain if you witness this in this bar, whether at your current age or in your 20s, it doesn't really matter. Would this attract you in any way, shape, or form? If like one guy was just like going ham on the other and like really like embarrassing him, would that be attractive to you taking place in the bar? Or is just like the fact that a physical sport being played and like you're probably walking off this a little. Basketball's an easy game to be played where you get sweaty. Unless you're just shooting around. These two dudes are not just shooting around.
No.
They're posting up on each other. It's one-on-one. And then like you walk out of this, you go get a bar, it turns into a Michelob Ultra commercial where you're like, hey, after a good workout, I could use a Michelob Ultra. Like, I want that open invitation. I want you to explain. We'll have you on for 5 minutes next week and just explain your thoughts, feelings, and emotions on if you were to be in this bar. I don't care the level of attractiveness of the men. I just need to know what this does to you in your brain. Because like there's one guy watching these two guys and nobody else is paying any bit of attention to them. Open invitation for next week. Hit us up at Brunch Breakdown.
Yeah, seriously, anybody. Because like what we need you to think is like whatever your type is. I want two of whatever your type is.
Yes.
Just forget what these guys actually look like. Two of whatever your type is. And you're like, yep, that's what I was looking for tonight. And then they do this. How do you feel?
Especially if you see them at the bar first somewhere. You're eyeing them up. Maybe they're eyeing you back a little bit. You're like, oh, okay, all right, we might be in for a night. And then all of a sudden, you turn away, you talk to your friends, and you're like, where did he go? And all of a sudden, he's playing one-on-one. All of a sudden, he's in the cage here playing one-on-one, against his friend or a stranger. What's going through your mind? What's going through? Are you like, hey, do you like it? Do you appreciate it? Is it Is it attractive to you? Do you like that, or are you just? We need to know. We need to hear from the people. From the people.
One of the funnier phrases that that younger people say is they like say things like "scaring the hose," and like that's something that's scaring the hose. Like you're scaring the hose.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
And I'm like, it's the funniest thing. It's like, yeah, that right there, you're scaring the hose.
Yeah,
what are we doing?
For sure.
What are we doing?
It just.
What are we doing?
I don't get it.
Oh my God. I don't get it. But to that point, I mentioned this last night to Siobhan. She was like, I think they do this with soccer somewhere. And so I Googled it, and then it's like, yeah, in the UK, they do this thing, and it's because there's a bunch of stuff that's like labeled O2. There's O2 arenas, O2 theaters, O2 whatever. And there's like shopping complexes that are labeled O2, and there's one in there that just opened last year, and it's a soccer one where it looks like Topgolf, but it's soccer. And then I was like, well, who else has this? Well, there's basketball concepts that are like that. I guess Justin Timberlake has a bunch of money behind. There's that doesn't look like this batting cage basketball, but like still same concept. But like if you've been to Topgolf, you know, it's like there's the seating, the bar round, whatever, and then it's like you're hitting the drive, like you're at the driving range or whatever. And there's tennis. That's like one that's like a concept that's coming. Like all these things in the next couple years are going to start popping up because of the popularity of Topgolf. The problem is all these other sports, you get sweaty.
Yes.
Like
yes.
Topgolf is the thing about Topgolf, and like I am not a golf fan, but I understand Topgolf because Topgolf, if you're doing that, it's like it's kind of a joke. It's like if you're there, like you know, whatever, you swing, whatever, and if you don't even know what you're doing, it doesn't matter because it's golf club. But like, if you can't shoot a basketball, this isn't fun.
Right.
If you like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like the ball's just gonna go anywhere it goes. Like when we're kidding golf, the ball just flutters out there, whatever. I'm just like, how does the rebound go? Like, how does like you're drinking and all of a sudden like you gotta keep your head on a swivel
exactly
the whole time.
Like the net's there, but it doesn't mean the ball still can't move the net, and all of a sudden it could hit you just because there's a net there. If you're up because it's packed in there, you'd be up close to the net. There's no like buffer zone. You can still get hit.
That's the part I don't get, because like the action at Topgolf goes out, right? Yeah. So like everything back here is like just you guys are just chilling, like you're all having fun doing whatever you do, but like the action goes out. Basketball, the ball's bouncy, it hits the board, it comes back.
Yeah,
I don't want drink in my hand and something comes back at me. Like.
That's why this isn't a normal thing. We can't normalize this. It won't work.
And I'm like, how does tennis work? Because like you can't do tennis like a driving range. It's not just how far can you hit
volley.
Like
volley. That's not tennis.
Back and forth.
Yeah,
like,
right.
How does this work?
Yeah.
Like
leave it to the sports with no extreme physical activity that don't cause you to get sweaty. That's why it's Topgolf, and the other ones haven't been widely popularized throughout the world because it's gross. I don't
get it. It's like the soccer is I don't like I guess I sort of could get it, but also like I don't know. Like but no. Stop with this. This is not a trend we need in 2026 or 27 or 28. Just
no. End it now.
Yes.
End it now. Leave it on the court. That's it.
Please. My God. Well, let's get into music, Dan, before we get out of here. All right. What are you listening to, dude? Go for it.
Bastille. Listen, this week it's like, that's right. A band that I sang with once alongside lead singer. His name's also Dan. Shout out to him. I usually this week I'm like, there's probably not a whole lot of music coming out. Thanksgiving week. Can get lost in the shuffle.
Big Christmas music week.
And then international bands don't give a shit because they're like, what? Thanks. Where? United States? Okay, that's part of the demographic. It's a big one. So Bastille is part of that group, and they released a song called "Save My Soul," and it's one of those where it's just, I don't know, man. Like there's energy behind a lot of their songs, and this one has it. This feels like it could be like anthem-y, in a way, it's exciting that we've got new Bastille on the way. One of my favorite bands. Honestly, what they do musically is amazing. I'm very, very excited. So Save My Soul, Bastille.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil the brunchies,
But
when we go through best things we watched,
okay.
have you watched Ed Sheeran's Netflix special?
No.
He has a Netflix special. It's called One Shot with Ed Sheeran. And it's him going through the city. It's like, I think it's just under an hour long, or maybe it's an hour exactly. I don't know, but it's something like that, 50 something minutes. And he is playing his hits through New York City, and they shoot it all in one take. It's one shot.
Jeez.
And I'm like, this is fascinating. But I was like, I don't know how they do this. There's no way they did this all in one shot. They had to cut. And then after, it takes you right to the making of it. And then it shows you how they did it. And it is wild. It's like, because there's these sweeping drone shots and stuff. And I was like, well, you have to cut to get to those. Yeah. No, they literally have these cameras on, like, they take them up, they put them on the drone, they fly up, they fly down. And it's like they take the camera off the thing, fly it up, take it. It's awesome. Like the whole thing is awesome. And because the thing is, you don't have to like Ed Sheeran, but you do kind of have to like Ed Sheeran to watch it because he's just him playing his hits throughout New York City in different places. Like he surprised a couple at a proposal. Then he's playing at this park, and then he goes away and he's like playing on this bus, and then he's in a pub, and then he's whatever, and it all goes back to him like playing at this show that's packed or whatever. But he's in the subway. It's amazing. It's like the coolest thing. And so I'm going to throw some Ed Sheeran on the playlist. I don't know if I'm going to throw one, but I just got to say, shouts to Ed Sheeran. One Shot, Netflix. I watch it. I promise you.
Okay.
Watch it. Steelers don't play till 4. Throw that bad boy on.
Yeah. Let me tell you about it.
Dude,
I like
that's probably that might be the best performance in the thing.
It's on there?
As Izam. Yeah.
All right, I'm watching it for sure.
He plays like all his hits and then plays like a couple songs from the new album and stuff. Because I think Sapphire and Azizam, I think, are the two songs that might be
sweet
on there. But yeah, the Azizam part is awesome. And like Sapphire is my jam off that shit.
Yeah.
Sapphire is my jam. That part's great too. But yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so
okay, excellent.
Yeah.
Next one for me. We're gonna go back to the kind of the alternative pop punk category a little bit, if you will. Water Parks, a popular band on the Sounds of Brunch. I feel like it's been a little bit. It's been a bit of a minute since they released new music, and just did last week with their new one called Any Minute Now. I mean, I kind of understand why this band isn't more popular than they are. Some people don't like the lead singer. But it just feels like they're in that all-time low category where they make like really poppy, catchy pop punk alternative style of music that like a lot of people would like. And so it's just a little bit amazing to me that they haven't gotten more popular, and maybe that's just where they live, and that's where they live, and that's fine. But I always seem to enjoy the new music that they drop. So the new one's called Any Minute Now, Water Parks.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Gap, who's having a big year with their campaigns. They big campaign with my one of my favorites, Cat's Eye. They just put out a new campaign for the winter with this singer named Sienna Spiro, who I had never heard of before. And the best thing about this, right, is because she sings The Climb by Miley Cyrus. So it's covers, and there's like, they're showing off clothes. But sings The Climb, and it's great. But I was like, who is this girl? I like this girl's voice. And of course, she has all this music out that I've never heard. And it's all awesome. And I'm going to throw on the playlist Taxi Driver. I'm going to put on there. And you should really check this girl out. She's pretty awesome. The best thing about when someone has like a viral moment is when they have other music. It's like part of the reason why you can't get Olivia Dean tickets is because if you liked Man I Need, you go to Apple Music or Spotify, and you're like, holy shit, everything she does is great.
Yeah. Like, oh, wow, there was a lot here we didn't hear yet.
Yeah, there's a lot here that we knew nothing about. And everybody from the UK is like, yeah, we've been new.
Yeah.
Like, we've been new. Like,
welcome to the party, pal. Yeah.
Seriously. But yeah, that was a great find this week. So, but yeah, Sienna Spiro, I believe that's how you say her last name.
Nice.
But anyhow, pretty great.
Nice. I like that. A little new music discovery. I love that.
Yep.
Last one for me. I'm going to throw it back another week. Last week I gave you my top 3 Warped Tour performances.
Yeah.
I left one out because they weren't in the top 3. That's that simple. But it was cool because it was surprising. The band Magnolia Park, I think, has maybe made an appearance or two on the Sounds of Brunch before. Chris has probably put them on. They can tend to be a little bit heavier, but still, like, the lead singer is like incredible. They're such a fun band. The performance itself was great. And I don't know if they did this because Warped Tour was in Orlando, because I don't see this necessarily becoming part of their regular sets outside of Warped Tour and especially Orlando. But they are on the like Disney pop punk album that came out last year, and they performed Eye to Eye at Warped Tour.
Nice.
And I was like, this is freaking incredible. Like, I loved this album when it came out, all these pop punk bands covering Disney songs from like the era that we grew up in.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I can't believe they're playing this. And I don't know if it's because we're in the land of Disney or what, but I'm throwing it back on there because it just gave me those feels again. Cause it's like, and I was with my people again. Warped Tour it's our people of our age.
It's
and
your
like,
people.
Listen, love my wife. She didn't know the words. She didn't, which is fine. Her friends didn't know the words, but like me and 98% of everybody else there was like singing every word, and it was awesome. So put it on the playlist.
Nice. That album came out last year, and that's got some good jams on it. Like they did some really good job. They did a really good job on that album. So like,
they really
to
did.
them.
They really did. Yeah,
definitely. All right. Last one I'm gonna put on the playlist. Alameda. I can't say it enough. Like, everyone needs to go check out her EP. And 1-800-FUCK YOU is the song that I'm throwing on the playlist, and it's awesome. And I just think Alameda is awesome. I think she's gonna have a humongous 2026. I really do. So shouts to Alameda, throwing that on the playlist.
Nice.
Well, that is the Sounds of Brunch. Let everybody know that you are listening to the best playlist on the planet.
Yes,
and
sir.
Tell Siri, tell Alexa to play the Sounds of Brunch, updated every week, 2 weeks of songs. Check it out. All right, Dan, any final thoughts on the Brunch Breakdown?
Yeah, if any of our listeners live in the Washington, D.C. greater area or anything like that, and you happen to have an interaction or run on the street with the Department of Transportation Secretary, maybe consider cashing in your free punch. Maybe consider cashing it in. Probably be a good use.
That's the Brunch Breakdown. We're out.